Asterigos, Curse of the Stars has been on my radar since the first trailer. The art style, Greek mythology influences, the red-headed protagonist. It's all the things I love, combined with the fact that it's an action RPG that looks really good too. So I of course said yes when the developers approached me with an early code. Fast forward a few days and I played a lot already, so I want to take you on my journey and also share a ton of cool things to know about this game. I want to thank Tiny Build Games for sponsoring the video. You can check out Asterigos on Xbox, PC and PlayStation via the link in the video description, and let's go. Okay, our name is Hilda.
Hey, those are my weapons! Stop!
Give them back. We already have two weapons though, like I have the sword and shield and the hammer, and I can combine them too, which is pretty cool. Okay, we can lock on. Time to get our weapons back. Hey you. Okay, the sword and shield is pretty powerful. Let's try the hammer. Ooh, 3 hits. Nice, nice. Oh, there's one here as well. Goodbye to you.
Looks like you want it the hard way.
Oh damn, we can use the skill as well. Let's do that. Okay, that's pretty powerful. Let's clear these guys out, man. Ah. There we go.
Staff, spear, bracelets, and my daggers. Alright, I've got them all back.
After receiving all your weapons, you can open the menu at any time to change the configuration of your weapons or items. Okay, so let's do that. Oh wow, we immediately have 6 weapons. That's pretty wild. And they are all really varied. So the sword and shield, as you already saw, is really straightforward. And you can also block with the shield. This is the only really straightforward defensive weapon in the game, but you do miss a gap closer, which is why I like the 2 daggers a lot. With the jump towards the target, you can do rapid strikes, and with the weapon technique, you have a special jump to get in and out of combat really fast. Now the hammer is of course slower, but I love the impact, and the technique is a charged whirlwind attack, which is quite powerful. Now there are also more unique weapons, like the magical bracelets that let you grab enemies and throw magical flames on them, for example, or you can drop a mine on the ground and then lure targets into that, which does quite a lot of damage. And again, you can equip 2 weapons at the same time. One is linked to the shoulder buttons and the other weapon has the regular and weapon technique linked to the triggers. And if you, for example, use your second weapon first and then the bracelets, you do this AoE blast attack. Every weapon also has a dodge attack, so a combo you can directly do out of a dodge, which is really powerful with the spear. And the spear also has the parry weapon technique that can do a surprising amount of damage if you're able to land it. Yes, you can even do it on this crazy first boss that you encounter really early on. And what you're also seeing is the staff here, which is totally the most powerful weapon, as you can just like spam that from far away, which is like the only ranged weapon in the game. It also has the combo. If I use the spear first and then the staff, I do this sort of blast on the ground. It also pushes me away, so I can like stand far away again. I can like send these projectiles. Like again, this is a very hard boss very early on in the game. It's immediately like a test. And I think I got him. Come on. Yes, there we go. Leveling up immediately as well. We went from 2 to 5.
Looks like I dropped a weapon.
Dropped a weapon,
That's
okay.
the Northwind Legion's mark on the hills. Papa and the others must have come this way. Perfect. At least I'm on the right track.
Really like the slide down animation. Really, the next enemy we encounter is this guy.
Stop right there.
There we go. Ooh, that's doing quite a lot of damage. Okay, that's pretty OP. And well, I went back to a previous save to see if you can win this, and it's overall really cool that when his health is lower, he suddenly has this holy magic that you can still dodge, but then at one point you have this sort of spotlight on you that detonates after a short while, and it always hits and kills you in one go. So don't waste your potions here because you cannot win, but after this fight you end up in a shelter where you can challenge him again, do some training sessions, and then you can like have the special boss fight, which is quite challenging. And overall, like all the bosses, and there are 22 in the game, are a pretty big difficulty spike compared to the enemies before it. But luckily, next to leveling up, there are many ways to improve yourself. At the shelter, for example, you can buy significant upgrades. They are expensive, so totally try each weapon first to see what your favorite loadout is before you spend the resources to upgrade these items. There are also a ton of perks you can unlock, which you can then enable or not, because they all have a trade-off. Like you can change the dodge roll for a quick evasive action, so this completely changes the gameplay up. But there are also perks that increase the chance of enemies dropping rare materials, but you lose more stardust when you die, and is the currency you also need to upgrade items. You don't lose everything when you die, but with this perk the amount will be increased. Next to the many perks, there are multiple active skills you can unlock by leveling up as well. There are 4 regular ones, including the first one you start the game with, and there are also skills linked to certain weapons. Like, there's a ton of depth here, not only because these skills can give you a huge advantage in battle, they're really powerful, but also because here I have the daggers and the spear as the second weapon, but I can still use the ability for the staff. So when I do that, I suddenly have a staff, and then I can like drop down these meteors on the ground. Really powerful, but it's because I have the fire element equipped. Because there are also other elements in the game. So if I, for example, now switch to ice and then do that ability again, it's completely different. I drop these like ice balls close by. Or with the astral element you start out with. Oh, we got a lot of harpies coming our way. I do a different ability. Watch this. Ton of projectiles going to the targets. Super strong. Let's see if we still have some time to use it on the enemy over here. I love these enemies, by the way, the Minotaurs. Because they grab... Casually, they grab a weapon nearby while I'm getting attacked by a ton of harpies as well. And then they want to smack me with it. You can like parry them as well with the spear if you time it right. And by the way, also the bracelets and the regular attacks of the staff are different depending on the element you have active, with some targets of course being more resistant to different types of elements. And these elements are also needed to create new paths in the world. As you maybe already noticed, there are a lot of different zones in the game that you can usually enter through the shelter. So if you don't know where to go, start at the shelter, search for some doors, and then you likely go to the zone that you have to go to. And these zones do not only look very different, but also have completely new enemy types. There are 60 different enemies in total in this game, which is kind of wild for a game like this. And when exploring, I think I also like encountered a secret side boss that immediately kicked my ass. Like, I will come back later to take this creature out. It's a big game and you will totally need many tries to defeat the main game bosses. Or you can always turn the difficulty down to story as well if you are stuck, which totally like makes the game way more manageable. Asterigos has a ton to offer. It's also not full price, and there is a demo on Steam, so you can try it for yourself if you want. Just totally check the link via the video description if you are curious after this video. Would support the channel a lot as well. The game is out on October 11th. Subscribe of course for more gaming content. A like on the video would really help me out, and I will speak to you in the next one. Goodbye.